Now, it's come to our attention that a former guest who we had on the show, Gonzalo Lira, Coach Red Pill, is no longer with us. I should have probably taken it a little more serious when I heard the reports of him getting picked up by what is the Ukrainian equivalent of the KGB?
I don't know.
SVU or some crazy shit like that.
I don't know the name of their special police.
And they released him, and apparently they picked him up like 2 or 3 weeks later when he tried to leave the country.
Yeah.
And it is rumored that he died of so-called pneumonia in a Ukrainian prison. All right. Now, the thing that really pisses me off about this is, one, he's an American citizen. Number two, he's not a military tactician guy, and he was just talking about...
He's just a dude.
He's just a dude. And he did not deserve what happened to him. And we are still talking about sending billions upon billions of dollars over to this fucking country so they can fight off Russia. Well, as far as I'm concerned, Russia and Ukraine could go fuck themselves. I am done giving money to them, and I am going to do my part to make sure that the name Gonzalo Lira is the torpedo that sinks the fucking Ukraine. Those motherfucking bastards. All right, so let's have a moment of silence for him and have a toast to Mr. Gonzalo Lira. Here you go. Sorry, brother.
Cheers, man. Let's do a quick...
There's only so much I can do, man. I don't have enough power or pull to...
There is no saving them all. That's
I
not
can't.
a thing.
Nope,
Let's take a quick look at Gonzalo real fast. And
now, hopefully it won't go on mute. So
this is hopefully it does not go on mute. This is a clip from Tucker Carlson's piece on Gonzalo.
Let us know in the chat if you can hear it or not.
Sailing on, sailing on. European economy, people are starting to die of hypothermia in the UK because they don't have access to the cheap energy of Russia from before. See?
Yep.
And so everything that the West has thrown at the Russians has boomeranged right back at them. And so now they're panicking and they're trying to figure out a way out of this situation. And they figured that if they throw more tanks, it'll help. It won't help. The Ukrainians, rather, they had like something like 2,000 tanks before the start of this conflict. You think a couple of hundred now is going to help? I mean, why are they asking them? Because those 2,000 tanks are gone. That's basic, you know? And so what, a couple of hundred, maybe 300 tanks, is that going to change the outcome of the conflict? No, it won't. The Russians are just going to destroy them. In the West.
This is just a normal dude. He's a normal guy. I never got to meet him or anything like that, or be on the show with him like Popp did, but I've listened to some of his stuff. What he was is a normal guy who had the heart and the balls and the spine to get out there and report on what was really going on. And for him to die like this in a shitty Eastern jail, and the jail's there, you got to understand you're in a cell. You might get water, you might get food, maybe. You're not getting heat. You're not getting air conditioning. There's probably rats. You may have a blanket or you may not. It's not like American prisons at all.
Nope.
So the conditions that he was in were shitty to begin with. But yeah.
Yeah, and listen, we need to spread the word across the MGTOW Red Pill community that we need to start educating the masses of what's really going on. And listen, they took his life. I personally don't believe he died of pneumonia.
I don't think he did.
He was a year older than me. I think they beat on him, and he just, at his age, he's just not recovering from that.
Yeah.
And he died. And there's really no reason to beat on him and torture him. He doesn't know shit. It was probably just punitive. And as far as I'm concerned, the Ukraine can rot in fucking hell.
Let's not forget that Joe Biden traded the man that was the inspiration for the movie Lord of War for an American-hating lesbian basketball player.
I think that's a fantastic trade, though, for Russia.
It was for Russia.
Yeah, for them, yeah.
Yeah, and listen, as far as I'm concerned, that female basketball player legitimately brought a controlled substance into Russia and got fucking spanked for it. You fuck around, you find out.
I know of dozens of cases where guys in the U.S. military violated SOFA agreements and ended up in the prisons where Germany, Japan, Korea, Okinawa, for fucking around and finding out. Brittany Griner, by the way, is a straight up dude.
Yeah,
That's a guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's not Brittany, it's Bart.
Well, Blake says that he used to film her when she used to play at Oakland University, and technically, I mean, I guess she must be a female with a deep voice. I don't know, but I'm not gonna try to pick genders with this particular crazy bitch or dude. I don't
even care about that.
I don't care about that. I only care about the fact that our country allowed the Ukraine to torture a man to fucking death. He was a U.S. citizen, and we did fuck all about it.
Oh, that's not the first time.
No, I know.
That's not the first time. When Amber Light went dark in Korea, we lost people in that, and the United States State Department didn't even try to help them.
Yep. That needs to come to an end, man. That as far as I'm concerned, we should cut off all support to Ukraine, let them die on the fucking vine. And, if any of the leadership from Ukraine flee the country, we hunt them down and prosecute them. Or
I second that notion.
hand them over to the Russians and they can handle it.
You want to cut off the Ukraine, all you have to do is cut off the U.S. State Department.
Correct.
It's where they're getting literally where all the funding and everything is coming from.
Yep.
That's absolutely correct. All right. Sorry about the bad news, gentlemen. But listen, the truth isn't always, pleasant, and it's not always the shit you want to hear. And nobody hates somebody more deeply than a person who speaks the truth.
Watch Grunt Speak live every Tuesday and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And if you want to join Popp for Supporters Sundays, go to redonkulous.com/donate and make a monthly pledge. A link is in the Meat Gazer box.